Hey, what's up guys? So I have had an idea for a while. Don't take this video seriously, it's not a serious video, it's just something I have been thinking about for about a week. And the thing is, we all know that GTA 6 is releasing in 2025 next year, right? Well, what if instead of GTA 6 next year, we get remakes, not remasters, remakes of the original GTA, GTA 2, GTA Advance and Chinatown Wars with GTA San Andreas level graphics and them being in third-person perspective, all releasing in 2025 of course. I think it's a super interesting topic because every single person on Earth is super excited about GTA 6, but think about these 4 games remade. So I made a community post about it, expecting maybe only 1% of you choosing the remakes, but apparently a lot of you think like me that these games should be remade in 2025 and not GTA 6. Of course, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I read some very interesting comments in here, so thank you every single person who chipped in and was civilized, and not so thank you for the uncivilized people in the comments section. But anyway, I'll let you know why I think the opposite of most of you and give you some pros and cons about each of the 2 options, and of course I'm gonna read some comments and reply to them. Alright, firstly, many of you know that I really don't care about GTA 6 coming out next year. Yes, I'll make content on it, yes, I'll play it day 1, and I would probably like it. I discussed this in detail in my previous talkie video, which I linked in the pinned comment and in the description, so I won't repeat myself, but in summary, I just don't care about a new GTA right now. I however do care a lot about the older GTAs, and recently I got into GTA 1, 2 and Advance. They are janky and primitive, and the biggest problem I have with them is the top-down view. If that issue is resolved, then I think I would like these games even more. Secondly, another criticism these games have is the stories are bare bones. Now, I don't know what you guys are smoking, but Advance and Chinatown Wars don't have a bad story. I was engaged throughout the whole campaign. Are these games on the level of GTA 4? Of course not. No, of course not. GTA 4's story to me is unrivaled, with some of the best characters in video games as a whole. The story is superb, but this doesn't matter, guys. A good story being seen by people who are grossed out of the top-down GTAs, I see this as a positive. This is why these remakes would be a good idea, I think. Also, if they're remaking these games, of course there would be cutscenes, voice acting, some things need to be changed, switched up, moved around to make it into a third-person view world. They cannot just, I guess, zoom in and tilt the camera. That's just not gonna work. It's a remake, not a remaster. If it's a remaster, of course, they could just plop in some colors, add some better graphics, better lighting, add a day-night cycle, make it darker, lighter. But no, this is a remake, everything has to be remade. So it would look entirely different. Something people are super concerned about, reading so many comments in this post, that if Rockstar remade these 2D GTAs, they would get the same treatment that the GTA Definitive Trilogy got. Games with 404 problems I showcased in 4 videos, and I'm even making a 5th one right now. First of all, Grove Street Games, the makers of this disaster trilogy, is no longer in the picture, so they can't screw this up. And also, if Rockstar is not working on GTA 6, most likely they would be working on these remakes. I don't think anybody else would be able to properly remake these games but them. Anybody can make a remaster, like I said, slap on some filters, add some day-night cycle, add some shine on cars. You got yourself a remaster, $60 please. This would be different though, the game's remade from the ground up by, to this day, one of the most, if not the most influential gaming companies out there. If they go for this project and they actually put in the effort, I think we would get something nice on our hands. Next up we have accessibility. A lot of these games will never be played by the new players because they are not sold anymore, and the consoles they were made for are much more difficult to find. I play Advance and Chinatown Wars with emulators on PC, but the average game player doesn't know how to set this up, and they would never experience these classics. remaking them could be the only options these people have. But okay, even if we forget about all of this, forget about everything I said, here's the biggest thing, are you ready? I hate to break it up to you, but GTA 6 will happen no matter what. It doesn't matter if Rockstar goes bankrupt, which of course not gonna happen, but let's imagine it goes bankrupt. If the GTA IP is sold, if the world explodes and we colonize Mars and start playing games there, GTA 6 will happen no matter what. As for this 2D to 3D project of the remakes, this could be the only time this could happen. I have been craving for more GTA games in the San Andreas physics style for years, but games like this are not made anymore, because gamers are allergic to ugly graphics for some reason. We would get these 4 games remade now, and maybe in 3 more years we would get GTA 6. If we get GTA 6 right now, then the remakes would probably never happen, and this style of gaming will forever be lost, and that's a shame. So once again, I read lots of these comments, actually every single comment I read, I got like 70 comments or something on this topic, so thank you guys for leaving your suggestions and comments. And I know how passionate you guys are on this topic, but I'm gonna counteract some of your claims. So first comment, just let modders remake these old games and let Rockstar make GTA 6. So modders make these remakes and Rockstar makes GTA 6. Think about this a little. This is a valid response, sure, I see where you're coming from, but you gotta consider what Rockstar has been doing to the modding communities. Many major GTA mods have been taken down and not many would be willing to sacrifice years of their life nowadays to make these games. Also, guys, there's no chance in hell that a modder could remake any of these games properly. No offense, of course, I respect any and all modders and encourage them to continue making great projects, but a proper remake with no resources, no voice acting and no resources in the millions like money, no funds, would result in no more than a map mod with a few San Andreas Dio missions slapped in there like we already have. And all props to these guys, but they cannot match Rockstar Games, guys, in any shape or form for such a project. I'm talking about a proper remake, which only Rockstar could bring to the table. Next up we have these stories have already been told, so no need to remake these games. Again, valid point, for the longest time since remasters started getting made by many studios, I have said that I don't want remasters. In most cases when a game gets remastered, it feels worse to play than the original. Most of the time when I find a remastered game, I play the original instead. An example would be Halo Master Chief Edition. It came out to PC in December 2019. I remember this game existed after I saw Remaster Chief Edition, and I instead played the original 2001 Halo Combat Evolved for the first time in 2020. We are not talking about remasters here though, these will be remakes. What I'm describing cannot be remastered, there's no way. Everything has to be built from the ground up. Like I said, extra dialogue, voice acting, probably even a change in the mission structure needs to be made, so these missions can play well. You would not recognize you're playing the same games. At least most people would not. The rest of your points I'm gonna skip over because I have talked about it before. In this comment, this person describes that GTA 6 will be bigger, much more gameplay potential. Yeah, that's true, of course. But like I said, this is the only chance we would get these games. And GTA 6 is gonna be made in like 3 more years if these are priority right now. GTA 6 will make far more money, yeah, that's definite, that's of course what's gonna happen, most people want GTA 6. So a company like Rockstar Games would prioritize GTA 6. Guys, I'm not talking about a serious topic, this is not realistic, they're not gonna make this. I know GTA 6 is a priority. Your third point concerns me though, receiving possibly the game of the decade. Guys, you have not seen anything on the game. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but this annoys me in gamers. Like, you have not seen a single thing on the game. Yeah, you saw some cutscenes. Cool, awesome. In a trailer, great. Have you seen gameplay? Have you seen the story? Do you know what happens in the story? Do you know what the plot is? Do you know the gameplay mechanics? You know nothing. But you're gonna know how these games, the 4 games I mentioned, are gonna play. Of course, not exactly, because it's a remake, so they would play quite differently than the originals, but still, you kinda know the plot, you kinda know what's gonna happen, and I would be very excited about these changes. Putting so much faith into an idea. This is an idea yet. You haven't seen anything about it. It's ludicrous to me. I don't get the hype. I seriously don't get the hype. I'm sorry. I know most of you are super hyped about GTA 6. I'm not. I don't get the hype because I haven't seen anything on it. And yeah, I would be more excited about GTA San Andreas level graphics. Honestly, I'm not joking. I don't like realistic looking games. I don't like realistic movement. I prefer the old janky, as you say, as most people say, janky playstyle. I prefer that. This is pretty much all I play. But honestly, I see where you're coming from. All your points are valid, but they're not valid to me. I disproved every single one of you and I disagree with every single one of your points. But again, I see where you're coming from. Lastly, let's finish off on this. I can completely see why most people would prefer GTA 6 over its remakes. I mean, you guys have been waiting for GTA 6 basically since GTA 5 came out. Many of you are modern gamers who prefer good graphics, realistic movement and extremely deep story. I get that. However, for the few false souls out there like me who try keeping the old communities, GTA communities alive, such as myself, remakes, hell, even remasters, not only for the 2D games but a PC release for GTA LCS and VCS even, would be a blessing to us. I know there's a few of us, but we are here. This is why we make map mods, completely new stories, complete overhaul mods and so on, because we want to see more of the older stuff. New games are made every single day, hundreds of games are made each month by many studios. I can go on for 5 more years without GTA 6 if it means we would get these classics remade, because remember, once GTA 6 is made, I don't think these older titles will be touched again. The farther away we get from them, the less interested Rockstar would be to make them. And again, I have said this before, you can play the hundreds of games released every month instead of GTA 6 right now. And again guys, don't get me wrong, I don't hate any of you, I don't fault you for having this opinion. You do you, pre-purchase the game if you want to. For me, pre-purchasing a game you haven't seen before is pretty dumb, but you do you, it's your money, your excitement. I would really love to know more on this topic. I got lots of comments on this, but I would like to see more. It's super interesting to me to see how you guys think. Like seriously, disprove my points. I disproved lots of your points, but you can disprove mine. We can go back and forth and I can make a second video on this topic. I had a blast exploring this topic, and thank you everybody who commented on my post. Once again, if you want to hear more of my thoughts on GTA 6 and why I don't care about it much, you can watch this video linked in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you for watching guys, and a special thank you to Olaveri, Karen, Case Nice, Dominic Han, Faith, Shan, Pasca, RG101, Monish Pradeep, Hish Sash, Tri, Shinte, Bad Boy Hero, Extreme Stuff, Jebediah, Versetti Gwen, Jim Francescos and everybody else.